Brought to you by the new Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. Been gone for a while. Was banned. YouTube mistakenly said I was promoting gambling. I appealed. I won. We're back. Let's get into it. Ah. Braves, Blue Jays. Who's going to win? Spencer Strider. On the board. I'm taking a tour of Lone Depot Park next week. I'm going to batting practice. The goal is to get a hoodie in the hands of Miami Marlin. Then I'm going to the game. I'm going to sit in the dugout clugging the hoodie again. I'll be bringing two hoodies. Two hoodies. All right. Michael Harris the second. 5 card. Austin Riley. 8 card. Matty Olson. 5 card. John Murphy. 3 card. Ozzy Albies. 6 card. Ozzy Albies. Drake Baldwin. On the board. Ryan De La Cruz. 2 card. Eli White. On the board. Orlando Arcia. Nothing. Not a bloody thing. Pitching for the Blue Jays, Mr. Chris Bassett, who I believe is like a 5 or a 6 card. If that's the case, Bassett's going in every fucking lineup. As we hunt for the pitcher's duel, Chris Bassett is a fucking 6 card pitcher. But we'll give him a read first. We won't automatically jump the gun. We'll give every card its fair shot. Bo Bichette, 8 card, such as Austin Riley. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. On the board. Vlad signed a fat contract. He hasn't been doing much with it. Anthony Santander, 5 card. Andres Gimenez, 9 card. No jacks yet, neither dick. Alejandro Kirk, 3 card. Alan Rodin, 2 card. Ernie Clement, 3 card. Addison Barger, 3 card. And finally, Miles Straw, 3 card. Let's do this shit. Once again, brought to you by the Faro Kickstarter. I'm 19% away. Help me get my last 19%. Let's do this shit, starting with Mr. Spencer Strider. Flip the switch. What do we got, Strider? Activated from the 15-day injured list ahead of his scheduled start Wednesday in Toronto. Strider is set to make his long-awaited return from internal brace surgery, which he underwent last April. The right-hander reached 90 pitches into his final rehab start with AAA Gwinnett, so he should be prepared for a fairly normal workload Wednesday. Strider's fastball velocity was down to about 2 miles per hour during his rehab assignment, but the results are hard to ignore, as he's allowed only 2 runs with a 27 K ratio over 13 innings. Goddamn. The results are hard to ignore. He allowed only 2 runs, and mind you, this was AAA, but he's still Spencer fucking Strider. Guy's a fucking beast, Cy Young Award winner. Something we have to take into consideration. We'll get his name down. His name is on the list. Strider. Moving on. Michael Harris II, 2 for 4 with a walk, a 2-run homer, stolen base in Saturday's win over the Rays. He also made a brilliant catch in the first inning as the wind knocked down a potential Christopher Morel homer to left center field and forced Harris to reverse course at the last second before grabbing onto the warning track. Harris' own ninth inning shot of Cole Salza won the game for Atlanta and was his second homer of the season. The 24-year-old is batting .297 over the last 10 games with 4 runs and 5 RBIs. All right. On a hot streak, Mr. Harris. His name is on the list of potentially good cards to lay out in our decks tonight. Austin Riley, the 8 card. 2 for 4 with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs in Monday's win over the Toronto. Riley knocked in a 2-run shot in the third and added a 3-run homer in the fifth. After starting the season 5 for 35 slump, the slugging third baseman has caught fire. He's gone 14 for 31 with 6 extra base hits and 8 RBIs over his last 7 games. During that span, Riley has produced 6 multi-hit performances. Holy schmo. See, you read shit like that, guess what? Every lineup. He's an 8 card. He's caught fire. You know what we like? We like them hot bats. I'm going to Atlanta soon to do a little VIP tour. I will be trying to get a hoodie to Austin Riley. Moving on. Mr. Olson. 1 for 3 with a solo home run and a walk in Tuesday's loss to the Blue Jays. Olson's home run came in the 6th inning on a 412-foot blast to center field off Kevin Gassman. It was his first extra base hit since he last homered April 4th. Olson's basic numbers have been a bit unlucky as he's been making good contact, but it hasn't led to more hits yet. He's been seeing the ball well, evidenced by his 13 for 13 ratio for the year. He's slashing .200, .342 with 2 homers, 9 RBIs, and 5 runs scored. He's on the list. Olson's on the list. Sean fucking Murphy. Irishman. 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer in Monday's win over the Blue Jays. The backstop took Easton Lucas deep in the first inning, the first of 3 Atlanta homers off the southpaw. Murphy is quickly erasing memories of his rough 2024 campaign. After homering 10 times in 72 contests last year, he's already launched 4 long balls in his first 6 games of 2025. We like Murphy. We like Murphy. Ozzie Albies. 1 for 4 to solo home run in Tuesday's loss to the Blue Jays. Albies took Chad Green deep in the ninth to make it a 6-3 deficit for Atlanta. Albies has 3 homers and 5 RBIs in his last 5 games while also notching a hit in 8 straight. He's hitting .250, .311, .471 with 4 homers, 10 RBIs, 9 runs, and a 6-10 ratio in 74 plate appearances. Albies. He's got a lot of Braves to work with here, a lot of cards. A lot of interesting cards on the table. It's always worse when you have no cards to work with and you're just making shit up. Here's all about choosing the best of the bunch. We're locking in Austin Riley. Everybody else is still up for grabs. Drake Baldwin. Atlanta manager Brian Snitker. Yeah, old fucking news. That news is a week old. Ryan De La Cruz. Not in Atlanta's starting lineup. Douche. Eli White. 1 for 3 with a walk, a double, and 2 runs scored in Monday's win over the Blue Jays. The 30-year-old utility player has started 2 straight games as Atlanta tries to find some production in its outfield. But White's window for playing time is likely to close quickly. Alex Verdugo is expected to join the big league roster at some point this week, while Ronald Acuna remains on track for an early May season debut. If White keeps his spot on the 26-man roster, his best route to at-bats would likely come on a short-side platoon partner for Verdugo. It's not a good card. We want to play the good ones. Orlando Arcia. Out of the lineup for Monday's game against the fucking Blue Jays. Flipping over to the other side. Chris Bassett. 6-card pitcher. didn't factor into the decision against the Red Sox after allowing 1 run on 5 hits and 1 walk in 5.5 innings. He struck out 5. All of Bassett's 5 hits allowed were singles, but the Red Sox managed to scratch a run across on Alex Bregman's knock in the 6th inning. Bassett has been stingy with only 2 runs allowed over 18 innings to begin the season, boasting a microscopic 0.98 ERA to go with a 21K ratio across 3 starts. The veteran right-hander also disclosed after the game that he was dealing with neck spasms during his outing, though it doesn't appear likely that the issue will affect his ability to take his next turn to the rotation. Oh, yeah. Stingy, microscopic. These are the adjectives that we look for. Bassett's in every line. He's a lock. We might have to sacrifice Strider, but if we could fit him, then we take him. Douche, LaRouche, Bassett, and away we go. So Bassett and Riley are our locks right now. Bichette, 3 for 5 with an RBI single, old news. What have you done for me lately? Vlad Guerrero, not in the lineup. Santander, 2 for 4 with a 3-run homer in Tuesday's win over Atlanta. Santander broke the game open with a 3-run blast off Spencer Schwallenbach in the 5th inning to put them up 6-1. It was Santander's second long ball of the season and his first at home as a member of the Blue Jays. Though his average currently sits at just 211, Santander is now has a hit in 6 straight games, including homers in 2 of his last 4, and has struck out only once in his last 17 at-bats. Well, hello. Well, hello, Mr. Santander. Bassett, Riley, Jimenez, out of the lineup for Tuesday's game against the Red Sox. Bassett and Riley. Kirk, not in the lineup for Monday's contest against Atlanta. Moving on. Bassett and Riley. Alan Rodin. 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer, a double, 2 runs scored in Tuesday's win over Atlanta. Rodin got out to a fast start offensively off one of the better pitchers in the league in Spencer Schwallenbach. Rodin began his day with a double before pushing the Blue Jays ahead for a good with a 2-run blast in the 5th. Rodin doubled the season total to 1 swing and has held his own thus far with a 15% strikeout rate. The 26-year-old is slashing 277, 340, 404 with a 3.8 ratio in 53 plate appearances. So this is Rodin and Santander went off on Schwallenbach. We may have to pair them together if we end up using. Something to think about. Bassett, Riley, Ernie Clement, 4 for 5 with a double, 2 runs scored and a stolen base in Sunday's extra innings win over the Orioles. Clement snapped out of a 1 for 22 slump to open April with a breakout performance Sunday, also notching his first stolen base of the season. The 29-year-old has appeared in 15 of the Blue Jays' 16 games this season, but he's hitting a disappointing 194 with 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored, and a steal, or across 42 plate appearances. Bassett, Riley, Addison Barger, recalled from AAA Buffalo on Tuesday. With Nathan Lukes placed on the paternity list, Barger gets the call to the big leagues after opening the season in the minors, where he slashed 211, 311, 421 with 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, 6 runs scored across 45 plate appearances. Barger will provide depth at third base and in the corner outfield spots for Toronto. He's cheap. He may be our squeeze in. Finally, Bassett, Riley. Miles Straw. We'll start in center field and bat ninth in Wednesday's game against Atlanta. Good for you. Now, in terms of recency bias, what do we have here? Rodon and Santana, that's literally yesterday's, that's news from like this morning, if I'm knowing correctly. Santana, yet literally today, the 16th. And Rodon, they're connected. We like recency bias. Once we have a lot of cards to work with, and they all pretty much say the same thing. Albies, again, yesterday's. Albies is still in there. Anybody not from yesterday, we're going to wipe out. Sean Murphy. Murphy's news is from a day before. Oda. We want hot bets. Matty Olson. Yesterday. Actually, literally today's news. 5:51 a.m. We like that. So, Rodon, Santander, Albies, Olson. What about Harris? Harris is the 13th. We can knock his ass out. And Strider is just coming back, and he's very expensive. They're expecting something big out of Strider here. The results are hard to ignore. Fairly normal workload Wednesday. 90 pitches in his final rehab start. Are they going to limit him today? Will he pitch limited innings? We have him at captain. I'm thinking we take the bats today. There's a lot of cards to pick from here. We have Rodon, Santander, Albies, and Olson. So we start over here. We got 3 cards to pick from. I mean, we have 3 cards to fill in here. Harris right here is the most expensive one you can get. Let's say we can get Harris. Can we get Harris? We got to go down to what? Addison Barger? No, we can't. We'll go to Arcia. So it can't be done. So let's keep going further down the list. We can't get Harris, who we liked. It's on our list. Clement sucks. These guys sucks. Rodon, who we can get. Continuing down, Barger's the cheapest, interesting option down here. Which leaves us Eli White or Miles Straw. Walk double, 2 runs scored. There you go, pal. Lineup is in. We get anybody we want here. Do we shoot for Strider? Getting us down to Rodon, Eli White. Strider's interesting. He can do a lot of damage in a couple innings. And they'll pull his ass if he's feeling good. So why not go for it? Strider. Take me down to Rodon. Can we get Santander? We can. Leaving us with just enough for Mr. Arcia. There it is. So again, start with Strider. Make it a pitcher's duel. Arcia. And we'll throw a reliever or a pinch hitter down here. Schneider. Oh, Fairchild. He always comes in as a pinch runner. Push. Strider. Rodon. De La Cruz. Am I making a mistake going with Strider? We want to go Santander, Rodon. For some reason, I'm smelling Santander and Rodon. I'm going to go and chase my gut. Sean Murphy. Yeah, I'm fixing these other lineups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got to fix it. Fuck Strider. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling Strider. I feel like I'm panicking, and I'm just taking the pitcher because he's the best card in the deck. But the results are hard to ignore. What if you give those 5 lineups Strider? since they're Atlanta players. We can try both sides of the peach today. This one could be Strider, Santander, Rodin. So you can get them there. Oh, I like that. We get them Strider, Santander, Rodin. Strider, Santander, Rodin. Oh, now I'm happy. I get them both. Strider, Santander. Still, we stick with Rodin. Leave the money on the table. Strider, Santander. It can't be done. I want that pitcher's duel. We have to sacrifice Santander. Ugh, breaks the heart. The results are hard to ignore. Alejandro Kirk. If I ignore the results, I'm ignoring the card saying the results are hard to ignore. Yeah. Can't be done. Can't be done. We can't have Strider here, so you can go right to Santander. Rodin. Kirk. Strider. Fuck your goddamn mother, I can't have Santander. Larger. No Strider here. Santander. Rodin. Michael Harris. Kirk. We go Strider. Santander. We'll have to go back to Mr. Stuart Fairchild as a pinch runner. Strider. Santander. And that's Rodin already up there. So we grab Alejandro Kirk. Strider. Santander. Rodin. Strider. Santander. Rodin. And then finally, Strider. Santander. Rodin. See what we do there? We're guaranteed the right captain. We try to make it on the flex. And there are your 20 lineups for today. May fate and faith decide your fortune. If you should win, blow your money right here on the new Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. 20% to go, well, 19% to go. So peace, love, war, all that shit in between.